still talking about faith. Faith is natural. Faith has nothing to do with our feelings, how we feel or emotion. Faith is natural. It's our natural response to God, to the person of God. A person who has faith naturally depends on God. A person who has faith naturally trusts in God. So faith is not emotional. Faith is natural. It's a nature that is built within you. You know God, so you relate with God based on your knowledge of God. So the more we know God, the bigger our faith becomes. Because God is excellent. God is perfect. God is holy. God is powerful. God is loving. God is kind. These attributes of God is what we put our trust in. So it's a natural relationship that we have with God, that God is able. He made the heaven, He made the earth, He made the sun, He made the moon, He made the stars. So we naturally depend on His ability. We naturally depend on His wisdom. So our dependence on God, which is natural, is faith. It has nothing to do with how we feel, the things that happens around us. We know that God made the heaven and the earth. He made the sun, He made the moon, He made the stars. He made us. He rules the world. And with Him, all things are possible. So this confidence that we have in Him, that God is able to do all things, no matter how hard the situation is, that God can bring the dead back to life. This natural relation that we have with God, this natural confidence is faith. It has nothing to do with emotion. Even if sometimes you feel weak, it has nothing to do with your faith. Even if sometimes you feel unable, it has nothing to do with your faith. Keep the consciousness within your spirit that God loves me because God loves you. That God cares about you because God cares about you. That God is working out the solution for you because He indeed is working out the solution for you. When you read the Bible, you see the men of faith. The men of faith relate with God based on their knowledge of God. Abel gave the best of his produce. Abel gave the best of his flocks because he knew God and he related with God based on his knowledge of who God is. He gave the best, but Cain gave the worst. Abraham had faith in God and he waited upon the promise that God gave him. Although it took years, he knew that God who spoke is able to fulfill His promise. He waited. That is faith. Noah. God told Noah to build an ark that will save the people. And Noah waited and built the ark. Took him time to finish building the mighty ark. But he was building it, knowing that God who gave him the instruction to build, indeed will do that which He said He will do. It wasn't an easy project, but he took his time and built the mighty ark. And when Noah finished building the ark, the flood came. Look at Hannah. Without a child, Hannah trusted God, and when the right time came, God granted Hannah Samuel. Look at Gideon. Look at Jacob. All the Bible characters that had faith in God. Faith is natural. It's something that is within your spirit. You know that God is in control. You know that God will make a way where there seems to be no way. You know that the light will shine in your favor. You just know within your spirit, even if things go wrong, your confidence is unshaken. Even if you feel weak, you know that the strength of God will speak through you. The position that you are not able to reach on your own, you know that by the help of God, you can get there. The things that you cannot do for yourself, you know that by the help of God, they will be achieved. This is faith, the natural confidence that we have in God, that He is working out the solution. And when your faith is persistent, when your faith is immovable, when your faith passes the test of time and the test of faith, it produces a tremendous result. It produces a great result. So you must keep your faith alive always with God. Despite how you feel, despite what you see, despite how the circumstances look like, your faith in God will yield result if you do not give up. God honors faith, and without faith, no one can please God. So I encourage you, do not be fearful, Do not be discouraged. Do not give up. Do not be weary. Rather, hold on your light of faith and speak to yourself and say, I will wait upon the Lord who is my salvation. He is able and he will supply my needs according to his riches in glory. Never the mountain that my God cannot move. I will wait on the Lord and I will see the salvation of my God. He will step in for you and wipe away your tears and your sorrow and grant you the desire of your heart because you trusted in him. Faith is natural. A natural relationship that you have with God because you know that he made the world and with him all things are possible.